Hello student, welcome for the Geography 10th Standard Resource and Development Part 3. In previous part, we have seen that resource planning, why resource planning is essential, then development of resources already we have seen in the previous part, and we have started land resources. It is one of the important factor of the production. It is resource, and different type of land relief found in India that we have seen, that is plain, mountain and plateaus, and their quantity in percentage, that is 43% plains are in India, 30% mountain areas, mountain land, and 27% that is plateaus we have seen, and how land resource is important for the development, that we have seen with the percentage wise different land forms or reliefs we have seen in the previous period with the lecture or part with their percentage, which is on the page number 5, page number 5 of your textbook. So come to the land resources, that is distribution of the land resources or land utilization, which is on the page number 5th. Land resources are used for the following purposes. Means what are the uses of land or purposes for using the land resources in the land utilization. First, it is of the forest. Land it used for the forest. It is important for the ecological balance. Without land, forest would not be possible. Second, land not available for the cultivation. Land not available for the cultivation. First, barren and wasteland. Barren जो जिसे हम बंजर कह सकते हैं, which is not good for the cultivation. So barren and wasteland, it is not used for the cultivation. Then second, land put to non-agricultural uses. For example, building, construction of building, roads, factories. For this construction, establishment, amenities, development, land it is required for construction of building, roads and factories. Third one, other uncultivated land excluding fallow land या बंजर जमीन के अलावा other uncultivated land. First, they are permanent pasture and grazing land. Permanent pasture means grass, and grazing land, it is not used for the cultivation or uncultivated land. Second, land under the miscellaneous tree crops. Miscellaneous tree crops grew not included in the net sown area. It is not included in the net sown area. land under the miscellaneous trees. Then third in this, or C in the third, that is cultivable waste land. Cultivable waste land or left uncultivated for more than 5 agricultural years. It's all A, B, C which we have just discussed, that is uncultivated land, excluding fallow land. And fourth category of the land utilization, fallow land. So fallow land means जो बंजर है, it is not used for the cultivation. First or A in that, current fallow or left without cultivation for one or less than one agricultural year means current fallow. मीन्स पहले कल्टिवेट किया करते हैं लेकिन एक साल या लेस देन 1 year it is not cultivated. Such a land is called the current fallow. B, other than the current fallow left uncultivated for the past 1 to 5 agricultural land. It's again fallow land categorized which is not in use less 1 or less than 1 year, and another 1 to 5 years, 1 years to 5 years which is not in use for the agricultural purpose. These are two categories of the fallow land. Then net sown area. So what is net sown area? Net sown area or net sown more than once in an agricultural year plus net sown area is known as gross crop area. Net sown area or gross crop area means cultivation takes place more than one time within a year. That is called net sown area, in which land cultivation carried out within a year more than one time. So all these 5 categories which we have seen, that is in the head land utilization, which is on the 5th page number of your textbook. Then come to the land use pattern. So the use of land is determined both by the physical factors such as topography, then climate, then soil types, as well as human factors such as population density. ह्यूमन फैक्टर में क्या आता है? ह्यूमन फैक्टर इंक्लूड्स population density, then technological capability and culture and tradition, etc. All this comes in the human factor. And in physical factor, topography means direction and distance indicate. Then climate, soil types, these are from the physical factors. So here total geographical area of India is 328 million square kilometer. Land use data, however, it is available only for 93% of the total area, because the land use reporting for most of the northeast states except Assam has not been done fully. What is given here? Total geographical area of India. Total geographical area of India related to the land use pattern is, that is 328 million square kilometer land use data. However, is available only for the 93% of the total area. इस total area से 328 million square kilometer land में area में से 93% total area they are available because land use reporting for most of the northeast states except Assam has not been done fully. Moreover, some areas of the Jammu and Kashmir occupied by the Pakistan and China have also been not surveyed. Means this land it has not been surveyed. Then come to the page number 6 of your textbooks. Here figure 1.4 is showing here reporting area 100%. Then given the percentage wise of the different land forms. Forest land, that is 18%, 18.11% given. Then barren land, which indicates yellow color, 12.01%. Then brown color, 4.95% area under the non-agricultural use. And then green color, light green color showing here permanent pasture and grazing land, 4.71% given in this figure 1.4. Then area under mist, tree crops and groves, they are given 1.50%. Then cultivable wasteland, which is showing orange color, that is 4.41. Then blue color in the second figure given fallow and other than the current fallow land, 22%, 22.57%. Then current fallow land, which indicate with the ash color, 7.03%. And blue color net sown area, that is bluish grayish color, 43.41%. Means this is the percentage given land use pattern for different uses in the page number 6 of your textbooks. The land under the permanent pasture has also decreased. Through these figures, we can conclude, or we comes to know that under the permanent pasture, land under the permanent pasture also decreased. If we compare these two figures from the 1.4. Two diagrams are given here in 1960-61 and 2002 and 3. In new books, this might be given in the again year, that is of the 2007-8, or that would be 15-16. So land under the from this we can conclude the land under permanent pasture has also decreased. परमानेंट pasture की लैंड जो है 1960-61 से कंपेयर करते हैं 2003 और 2-3 और इन न्यू एडिशन बुक्स ईयर माइट बी चेंज. तो in short we can conclude land under the permanent pasture decrease. How are we able to feed our huge cattle population? And because of decreasing this pasture land, huge population of the livestock, it is a problem arise for feeding them, because not availability of the pasture land because of decreasing. And what are the consequences on it? और उसके क्या consequences या उसके परिणाम क्या हो सकते हैं? Most of the other than the current fallow land are either of the poor quality or cost of cultivation of such a land is very high. Means current fallow land, which is current fallow land again divided into two categories, more than less than 1 year and 1 to 5 year. These are two category of the current fallow land, and their cultivation it becomes very costly, and cultivation becomes very costly because that land is poor quality land and we have to use many inputs. So cost that becomes very high for the cultivation in such a land. Hence these lands are cultivated once और ट्वाइस इन अबाउट 2 और 3 years. और इसीलिए ये लैंड जो है ज़्यादा खर्चा आने के कारण दे cultivates within means that is once or twice in about the 2 to 3 years. And if these are included in the net sowing area, then the percentage of NSA, net sowing area in India, comes about 54%. Area that comes about 54% of the total reporting area. Okay. So the pattern of net sowing area, pattern of net sowing area varies greatly from one state to another. It is over 80% of the total area in Punjab and Haryana and less than 10% in the Arunachal, Mizoram, Manipur and Andaman Nicobar Islands. So this is about the pattern of net sown area that is greatly from one state to another. It is over 80% of the total area of Punjab and Haryana and less than 10% of the Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram and Manipur. Means this is data given about this. Then forest area in the country is far lower. Forest area in the country is far lower than the desired 33% of the geographical area. Means total land का 33% area should be under the forest. But if we consider about this forest area, it is much lower than the 33% of the geographical area under the forest. As it was outlined in the National Forest Policy, National Forest Policy introduced in the 1952. It was considered essential for the maintenance of the ecological balance. Is why this net zone forest area should be 33%, desired 33% for the ecological balance. If that is less than 33% of the total area, then there would be disturbance, ecological disturbance, and we are facing the problem that is temperature rising day by day, and different problems are arising because of having less this forest area, that is less than 33%. So it disturbs the ecological balance and livelihoods of the millions of people who live on the fringe of this forest depend upon it. A part of land is termed as wasteland, and land put to the other non-agricultural uses. Wasteland included, which land include in the wasteland? That is rocky and arid and desert areas, and land put to other non-agricultural uses. For example, settlements, then roads, railways, industries, etc. All these are comes under the non-agricultural uses. Continuous use of land over the long period of time without taking appropriate measures to conserve and manage it has resulted in the land degradation. Means land degradation, it is taking place because of this different uses of the land other than the forest land or other than the agricultural cultivable lands. This is turned how serious repercussion means problems on the society and the environment. Means cultivable area, forest area, it is reduced nowadays, and drawbacks of this, it is, or we are facing different ecological problems because these areas, means cultivable area, land area, as well as these forest areas, they are reduced. Now come to the land degradation. Means land degradation, it is the vital problem in front of us. So land degradation and conservation measures. Land, as we know, it is indispensable, important or integral factor for the production. So there is need to use it judiciously, carefully, and we have to prevent the land degradation, and there is need to conserve the land. So we have shared our land with the past generation and will have to do so with the future generation too. Means we have to use this land with the sustainable manner. 95% of our basic needs for the food, shelter and clothing are obtained from the land. Means whatever we have basic needs, that is food, shelter and clothing. So 95% of this land, these needs depends upon the land, and human activities are are obtained means human activities have not only brought about the degradation of land but have also aggravated the place of natural forms to cause the damage to land. means in short we can say that हम ऐसा कह सकते हैं कि लैंड डिग्रेडेशन के लिए ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी दे आर obviously responsible. Human activities they are responsible for the land degradation, लेकिन इसके साथ साथ aggravated the pace of natural forces, they cause the damage of land. So what is aggravated forces? To make the worse or more severe, means speed of using these natural forces. Because of speedily we are using these natural resources, and that is why land degradation is taking place. Pace means speed, and that is very severe. बहुत ही ज़्यादा होने के कारण we are damaging this land, valuable land resource. And at present there are about 130 million hectare of the degraded land in India. How much land is there degraded? 130 million hectares in India. Approximately 28%. 130 million hectares degraded land means 28% of it belonging to the category of forest. 28% of it, इसमें से 28% में क्या है? फॉरेस्ट है, डिग्रेड एरिया, फॉरेस्ट डिग्रेड एरिया. एंड 56% ऑफ इट इज वाटर इरोडेड एरिया. और उसमें से 56% में लैंड डिग्रेडेड क्यों है? वाई इट इज डिग्रेडेड? बिकॉज इट इज इरोडेड by the water and rest of the affected by the saline. और जो बची हुई है वो उसमें क्या है? salinity, saline and alkaline deposits. saline and alkaline deposits के कारण cultivation possible नहीं है, या that land is degraded land. Some human activities such as deforestation, overgrazing, these are the human activities which are the reason for degradation of land. Which are these? Deforestation, overgrazing, mining, quarrying, to have contributed significantly in the land degradation. Means these are the reasons, human reason for the degradation of this land. In this figure, that is 1.5 India wasteland in 2000 given here in this chart. Percentage wise it is given. Water eroded means wasteland, total wasteland, out of that water eroded land is given 56%, which is showing blue color. Then brown color showing reddish brown. Forest degraded land area 28%. Saline and alkaline land 10. Saline and alkaline land is given, and that is 6%, which is showing yellowish color. And wind eroded area bluish color, or sky bluish color, which is 10%. And altogether this wasteland is showing in this diagram figure Then come to the next, mining. Mining sites are abnormal. Come to the mining site. Mining sites are abundant after the excavation work is complete. Excavation work is complete. The living deep scar and trace up over the burdening. In states like Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, deforestation in these states, deforestation taken place due to, what is the reason? Due to the mining have caused the severe land degradation, means mining activities which comes under the human activities, land becomes degraded or degradation taken place. In the state like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, overgrazing is one of the main reason for the land degradation. गुजरात, राजस्थान, मध्य प्रदेश और महाराष्ट्र में लैंड डिग्रेडेशन का मेन रीज़न क्या है? व्हाट इज़ द मेन रीज़न बिहाइंड इट? ओवर ग्रेजिंग. And if we talk about the Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, over irrigation is responsible for the land degradation. और ये जो स्टेट है यूपी, देन पंजाब, हरियाणा, इस स्टेट में लैंड डिग्रेडेशन का रीज़न जो है, व्हाट इज़ द रीज़न ऑफ दिस स्टेट लैंड डिग्रेडेशन? ओवर यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ वाटर रिसोर्सेज और इरिगेशन. For the land degradation, reason for the land degradation, over irrigation due to water logging leading to increase the salinity, जिसके कारण हमेशा that land is having the problem of water logging, हमेशा पानी भरा हुआ रहता है, and because of this increase the salinity and alkalinity of the in the soil, and which cause the land degradation in Punjab, Haryana and UP, Western UP. Then the mineral processing like the grinding of the limestone for cement industry and calcite and soapstone for the ceramic industry generate huge quantity of the dust in the atmosphere. Because of this activity of these cement industries and grinding of the limestone, what problem arise here? Generate the huge quantity of what? Dust in the atmosphere, and it retards the process of infiltration of the water into the soil after it settle down on the land. And these particles, dust particle that percolate or goes in the land with the in the soil with this water, and land degradation takes place. So in recent years, industrial influence as waste have become a major source of the land and water pollution. Land and water pollution का रिसेंट ईयर में क्या कारण है? कौन सा कारण रहा है? इंडस्ट्रियल इन्फ्लुएंस as the waste have become the major source in many part of the country. So here there are many ways to solve the problems of land degradation. Land degradation का problem जो है वो हम सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, और देर आर हैविंग मेनी वेज फॉर सॉल्विंग द problems of the degradation. Afforestation, one of the way is afforestation, means planting more and more trees, and proper management of grazing, because in some state including Maharashtra, land degradation taken place because of over grazing. So what would be the alternative for this? To prevent this land degradation, there should be the proper management of grazing. Grazing grounds can help to somewhat extent planting of the shelter belt of the plants. So shelter belts, or planting the shelter belts of the plants, it would be one of the alternative to solve these problems of the land degradation. Then control on the overgrazing activities. ग्रेजिंग ओवरग्रेजिंग जो है उस पर कंट्रोल भी हम कर सकते थ्रू प्लानिंग. देन स्टेबिलाइजेशन ऑफ स्टैंड ड्यूम्स by growing the thorny bushes. We can do the stabilization of sand dunes. And how it would be possible? By growing thorny bushes, just like cactus, are some of the methods to check the land degradation or to prevent this land degradation. We can solve this land degradation problems in somewhat extent. Proper management of wasteland. There should be the proper management of the wasteland. Then control of mining. माइनिंग पर भी कंट्रोल होना ज़रूरी है. देन प्रॉपर डिस्चार्ज एंड डिस्पोजल ऑफ द इंडस्ट्रियल इन्फ्लुएंट. Industrial influent, it is one of the important reason for land degradation. So there is need to the management, waste management, or proper discharge and disposal of the industrial influent, and waste after the treatment. Means waste management would be there after the treatment. And all these measures can reduce the land and water degradation in the industrial and suburban areas. All these are the reasons for reducing land degradation, which we have seen here. Then another factor which we are going to discuss here, soil as a resource. Soil is also one of the important resource. Soil is also important resource. Here in figure 1.6 given the soil profile. What is soil and which layers are there of the soil? So soil is most important renewable natural resource. Soil is a renewable natural resource. It is called the renewable natural resource. It is the medium of plant growth. Without soil, plant growth or cultivation is not possible. So it is important medium for the plant growth and support the different types of living organism. और जो भी living organism है, land or soil, it is support. In this profile given 3 layers of this soil. At the bottom given unweathered parent bedrock, and in orange color given substratum weather parent rock material, and above to that the red color showing subsoil weathered rock sand and silt clay, and in green color above or topmost, that is called the top soil, the upper soil layer. Means these are the 4 layers of the soil, which is important resource for the various living organism, plants and animals. These are important medium of the earth. So here on the page number 8, the soil is a living system. It takes a million of years to form the soil up to the few centimeter in the depth. Means it is renewable resource, soil, but it takes millions of years to form the few layers of the soil. Requires millions of years to form the soil up to the few centimeter in depth. Relief, parent rocks or bedrocks, climate, vegetation and other forms of the life and time are important factors in the formation of soil. Means soil formation के लिए different factors they are responsible, which we have seen. Then various forces of nature such as change in the temperature, then action of running water, then wind and the glaciers activities of the decomposers, etc. All this contribute to the formation of soil. Soil formation के लिए ये भी कुछ activities है, ये forces है, nature forces. They are called the nature forces. They are also responsible. Which are these? Change in temperature, action of running water, wind and glacier and activities of the decomposer. Then chemical or organic changes which takes place in the soil are equally important. Chemical and organic changes, they are also important for formation of soil. Soil also consists of organic means humus, and inorganic materials. Both these contain humus and inorganic materials, or organic and inorganic, they are found in the earth. So on the basis of this factor responsible for the soil formation, color, thickness, texture, age, chemical and physical properties, the soil of India can be classified in the different types. Means different type of soil which we will study, that is mountain forest and mountain soil, alluvial, red soils, black soil, laterite soil, arid soil. All these are the categories of the soil, and these are formed as per the parent rock. Means it depends, soil depends upon the